Hi, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to well, my first video at least to you. So today I'm going to be giving you guys a big U-Haul. I'm finally back. As you can see, I got all my books behind me, and I'm just letting you know I'm very, very happy to finally be back to my books. But as I was going through my books and putting them on my new bookshelves, I wanted to get rid of them to make room for new books. Now, I hate getting rid of new books, but, well, not new books. I hate getting rid of my books or just any books that I have. I be wanting to keep them and hold on to them, but I feel like there's only so long that you can hold on to a book until they're kind of just taking space, because one, I know I'm never probably going to pick them books up again, or they're destroyed. Just a lot of instances, especially wear and tear with me traveling a lot of the times. But I want to be able to show you guys why I got rid of some of these books and the books that I plan on just getting rid of. Now, this is usually the process that I take to, well, I have a process on how I get rid of my books. See, I got a lot. Let me show you. I got this bag, and then I got this one. Now, the process that I usually take to get rid of books. So first, I upload them on my Pango Books, and hopefully I'll be able to sell them for pretty much as top dollar as I can. And then if I can't do that, then I'll take them to Third Place Books. Now, Third Place Books is, they'll take your used books and they'll give you like credits, but you only can use these credits into a store. And tell you the truth, I really like that, because I'm okay with changing my books out for more books. But when I take it to them, and if I don't get as much as I was hoping for, like if they try to buy a book for me for 25 cents, I just don't see the point of selling it to them. I'll just either give it to a local library, or I'll put it in one of those book nooks that they be having. So let me go ahead and go through some of these books, and let's count together pretty much how many books that I plan on getting rid of. But yeah. Now, the first book that I'm getting rid of, the way that I'm going to try doing these is, if it's a series, I'm going to have them all together. But if it's not a series and it's only one book, then I'm just going to explain. Now, the first book that I'm getting rid of is Winter. Now, I know, like, if y'all see my past videos, then you know I pretty much reread this whole entire series. This is one of my favorite series by Marissa Meyer. But sadly, when I was on deployment, I didn't think it through, and I ended up putting my books inside of the tri-wall. So our tri-wall is pretty much just brown boxes that we're able to put extra luggage in while we're traveling to whichever place that we're going. And I put a book bag full of the books that I had already read or wanted to read in that book bag. And coming from Guam to Japan, it ended up getting wet. So when it got wet, it ended up destroying the pages and molding out the back of this book. Now, the pages are still fine. Like, you could pretty much read the pages, but I don't want I know this is a waste, but I don't want to put this on I don't want this to be with the rest of the books, especially with it molding like this. So it's time to give it away. Next two books that I'm getting rid of is part of the Court of Thorns and Roses. Now, I got rid of the first three books, but three or four books before I even got on deployment, and I just didn't have enough time to sell these on Pango Books when I closed my Pango Books down. And that's A Court of Frost and Starlight, and then this one. Now, I read this one, rated it 2 stars. Whole series, tell you the truth, you can take the whole series, wrap it up, throw it away, in my opinion. And then the last book, I was so in love with The Thorn of Glasses when I bought this entire series that I ended up just buying the whole series of A Court of Thorns and Roses. This series put it in perspective for me not to buy series full out, because sometimes I just be wanting to get it over with. But it definitely put it in perspective to stop doing that, because this literally was a waste of money. I didn't even make it to this book. I would never read a book by Nessa. Tell you the truth, she was a trash character through and through, and I felt like I don't even know why she getting a book. Tell you the truth, this girl don't even deserve love in my opinion, but I'm getting rid of it. The next series or duology it is part of the series, but I'm getting rid of it because I loved. So the first book I really liked, and I tell you the truth, I have like a whole entire thought process of the, like, if you want, like, pretty much. Okay, so here's my Goodreads review of it. Looking at that review, you pretty much know why I hate this series, but Legendborn I'm getting rid of. And plus, before I was even going to get rid of this, I don't like having books like this. And I got this book off of Pango Books because I wanted to get the first one because I didn't know if I was going to get the second one. And then my sister, she bought this book for me, the Bloodmark book. So I ended up just getting it, but I wouldn't want to put these on my shelves like this. So I would have got rid of it anyway. But didn't like the series. Tell you, for each his own. It's just the reason I don't like it, but I know a lot of people do. So I done bashed her enough on Goodreads, in my opinion. So I'm not about to do it on my video. Don't want to waste time. So the next book that I'm going to get rid of now, I really like this book, and that's Crooked Kingdom by Leah Bardugo. I really love Six of Crows, and I love Crooked Kingdom. And as I've been looking into it, especially on stuff that she's been saying, she says that duology probably won't stop at a duology, and we may get a third one. So I'm definitely am gonna have to replace this. But the reason why I'm getting rid of this book because it ended up getting like waterlogged, so you kind of could see the crinkles on it. I ended up spilling some water on it. I don't even remember how I spilled it on water on it. I had spilled it before I even went on deployment, but it made the book super thick and kind of just messed up the pages. So I don't want to keep it, but I still feel like somebody who probably don't want to spend as much on this series but still want to have it could probably read it, and I could just replace it and get a better one. Oh, the next series that I plan on getting rid of is the Ascendery Diary. I don't know how to pronounce it. I know that sounds crazy, but these are the two books. Now, I read these books when I first even got in the military, when me and my mom was on a road trip together, going from Jacksonville, Florida, all the way to Washington, so I can go to my first duty station. And when I got this series, I was like, I loved it. I love the series. It's just that I feel like it's time to give it up, only because it's been almost 5 years. Yes, it's been almost 5 years, and I haven't picked this book up again, and I really don't plan on picking it up anytime soon. So I feel like it's just wasting away on my bookcase, and most likely I probably wouldn't even put it on my bookcase. I probably would put it in the storage with the rest of my books that I don't plan on getting to anytime soon. But I still want to read those, the one that I did put later. But these ones, not anytime soon. Now, this book I'm getting rid of, it's Twilight, the first book. Now, I got this because me and my friend, we were planning on doing a buddy read together. Yes, we was planning on doing a buddy read together, and we were supposed to read it on our flight to Japan. Yeah, to Okinawa. And I just never got to it, and I don't plan on getting to it. Tell you the truth, I feel like I'm way past my Twilight phase, and I just don't see the point of having this on my bookshelf. And I feel like it could do somewhere else. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of them. I might even just give this away. Tell you the truth, or like pretty much just donate it instead of even taking it to the third place books. But we'll see. So the reason why I wouldn't say I start tracking my books, but I pretty much try to be on par with the books that I get is because of incidents like this. Yeah, I know you're looking at a book and you probably thinking like, oh, what's the incident? Like, it's just a book, right? Yeah, no. I forgot to put this book Unsold in my Goodreads to say that I bought it on my physical own books. And I ended up buying the third one because they had it on sale. And I was like, oh, I don't have this book, so let me get it. I got home and saw it on my TBR cart. So it was it was a waste of money. I'm happy it's not really that expensive. Well, kind of, yeah, whatever. To each his own, but it was just a waste of money. I could have spent this book. I could have spent money on another book, and just either on the fourth book at that, because I already had the third book, So this was just a waste of money, and now I have 2 copies of it, and I don't need this copy. So to the unhaul pile it goes. So the same way as Cindery, I got the Storm Crow and the Crow Rider. I'm unhauling these books because same situation. I read this on my road trip with my mom to my first duty station, and I just don't ever plan on getting to these books again. So I feel like they have a better chance in somebody else's library, just not mine. So I'm pretty sure if you're a romance girly, we all had our Tessa Bailey phase, and pretty much when I bought this book, I was out of it. And I ended up buying it. Happened one summer, and tell you the truth, I'm just not really into books like this. And plus, I got spoiled by Book Talk, and they said the girl was really bratty. And when I was like skimming it a little bit, I saw what they meant, and I just don't ever plan on getting rid of. I mean, not getting rid of this. I don't ever plan on reading it, so I feel like I could just get rid of it. It does make me sad. I hate getting rid of books that I haven't even read yet, and I just don't like it. I hate getting rid of books I haven't read yet, but I have been trying to get rid of this book for the longest. One, don't nobody want to buy it, and two, it just always get lost somewhere, so I just forget to get rid of it. But this time, I'm completely serious, and I'm hoping to give you guys a video of me getting rid of all these books. So this series had been on my bookcase long enough, and I'm ready to get rid of it. It will never measure up to the Hunger Games series, so I feel like it's just sitting on my bookcase, wasting away, haven't been getting read, and I really haven't even been displaying this even when I stayed in the barracks. So I just feel like it's time to get rid of these. I don't ever plan on reading them. I barely even watch the movie anymore as it is. Well, I don't watch the movie at all. I think I watched it like twice, and I never went back to it, so I don't even see the point of why I got these books. I kind of just went into like, you ever had that moment where you just want to reminisce, and when Hunger Games came out, this came out, Twilight came out, and pretty much just all these similar books came out, even Maze Runner, and I was thinking about getting those, but I was like, oh no, let me start with the Hunger Games and then this. And I loved Maze Runner, and I love Twilight. I mean, not Twilight. I love the Hunger Games way more than I love this series, so I don't even know why I picked this one up instead of Maze Runner. But yeah, time to get rid of them. I'm pretty sure somebody else will like this way more than I wasted my money on them, because I bought the whole series and didn't even touch one book. Now, this is part of a bigger series, and well, so I went through a whole phase of my dark romance phase. This is when I was following mostly dark romance authors instead of ones who's in the general, like just with fantasy, all types of books. I was just following people who only read dark romance, and they recommended this book. Well, this series, and I don't even know why, because I feel like one, to me, I don't care. Okay, now listen. I don't care how much romance y'all got to put in a book, but a book that's this for and I think there's 5 books in this series. Either 5 or 4 books in this series. And you're telling me this is their romance? Now, I feel like this is too long, and I'm not even going to waste my time on it. Like, hopefully, maybe to some this might be a good book, but to me, I'm not even about to put myself through this. I really can't even get past, like, usually when I'm reading a dark romance, if the first book is really good and they have a second book, I'm like, this okay, I'll check it out and stuff like that, and that's fine. And sometimes it usually be good, but once you go past them 2 books, what are we writing about? Like, what other trauma are you trying to get through? Because if y'all fall in love in the first book and then y'all end up having that one situation where y'all end up breaking up and stuff end up happening, and it just keep on going on, why are we still telling the same story in 5 books? Not saying that the author isn't good, just saying that not gonna waste my time. Hopefully somebody else who actually liked the series could be able to pick these up, but as far as it's going, I'm getting rid of it. So I put these books together. They're not a series, but I put these together because I was going through my little phase and I wanted to read some, thriller kind of mysteries. And I read these 2. Now, one, I felt like, so I think I rated both of them 3 stars, or this one. Yeah, I believe I rated both of these 3 stars. And I kind of guessed who was, like, pretty much I had already guessed it. It wasn't really all that good to me. And I definitely don't feel like it's good enough to stay on my bookshelf. Don't get me wrong, I love thrillers, but I just feel like these could go to somebody else. I probably would never read these again, especially because I feel like once you already get to know the mystery, like what else is there to fall in love with? Unless there's like a major, major twist, and I feel like this twist wasn't that major, and it really didn't keep me on my toes. I kind of just was ready to get done with them, but it did have a good storyline and good characters, and that's why I rated it a 3 star. But yeah, don't plan on reading this again, and I feel like it could go to somebody else. So it's getting put to the unhaul pile. Now, if you read my if you watched my past couple of videos, you know that one author that I would keep on giving her hype, even though she let me down in this series, is Bridget Commimer. Now, I even did like a whole thing of how I read this. I pretty much read all 3 of these books in a fast, like I wouldn't say a fast fashion, but I just did them back to back. And I really thought that I would love this, and it let me down. And tell you the truth, I don't even want to reminisce. I don't even want to see these books anymore. So I just feel like it's just time to get rid of them. I won't ever read these books again, and I definitely wouldn't even recommend them to anybody. So it's just time to get rid of these. Maybe somebody else would enjoy them, but I sure didn't. I'm going to just stick to her Destroy the Night series and let these go. And, getting through these really fast. I feel like that's mostly because majority of the ones that I'm getting rid of is either a duology or a series, or I feel like they could just get grouped together. And this one won't be getting grouped together because it's a thing of its own, and it's I Kill Killers. Now, it takes a lot for me to hate a book. It takes a lot. And when I say I hated, no, I didn't even hate. I loathe this book. I loathe it. I rated this. I don't even think I was trying to give it less than a 1 star. And I'm pretty sure I gave it a 0.5 on Fable. But on Goodreads, of course, I gave it 1. But I don't even feel like it deserved that. I was really expecting so much more from this book and from this author. One, I felt like the writing wasn't good. I felt like the characters, the storyline, just everything wasn't good. And I feel like it just kept giving you this atmosphere like it was going to potentially be a romance, even though it was a thriller. And it doesn't even give you that. At least it could have gave me something. And it gave me nothing. I don't ever plan on reading this again. And tell you the truth, I really don't even want to give this away. I kind of just want to throw the whole book away. But we not a waster around here, and all books have a home, and maybe somebody else will like this, but I definitely did not, so it's not going to stay on my TBR, or not even my TBR. It's just not going to stay on my bookshelves, okay? So we're unhauling this. One say I could just, you see how fast I'm just rushing through this, okay? And I feel like, since, like I said, these are series, so I'm able to get through them really fast of me unhauling. And the next one that would be mentioned is, trying to put them together, is the Darkest Mind series. Now, tell you the truth, this was my own fault. I wanted to read the first book, but I saw that they had the book box, and with the book box, they kind of give it a sale. So I'm like, oh, I could just get the book box. I love the movie, so I'm definitely going to love the books. Yeah, that's a lie. Okay. I read the first Darkest Mind trilogy. Well, the Darkest Mind. The first book, our buddy read it with my friend, and we both thought it was trash. So we both was like, yeah, we not getting to this. She already sold her books, and he's been sitting on mine for a long time because I was trying to hopefully push through. But I feel like with me coming home, with my taste changing in books, I just feel like it's a waste. So I'm going to be getting rid of this series too. Just nothing about it. I just feel like the first book, I wouldn't say it wasn't that book good. I'm just saying, like, I felt like it could have got ended in that first book. Like, I felt like they could have ended the whole series in that first book. And if it does end up getting good, I just want to experience it. I will say there's a reason why we never got a second, third, or fourth movie. So, yeah, let that speak for itself, what it will. So we're almost done. We only have 3 books more. And the next book that I'm going to mention is Punk 57. Now, the only reason why I bought this book is because I read it a long time ago when I was younger. And, we had that pretty much like just looking books up and find them online and stuff. And that was Punk 57. Just Penelope Douglas. in as a whole, she was one of the authors that I just looked up and I was like, oh, let me read the book. So when I saw this at Barnes and Nobles, I was like, oh, let me pick this up. Let me, take a chance to reread it. And I just feel like I'm not ever going to get to this book. I feel like this was more of a remnants buy because I feel like when you're younger and stuff, you kind of want to just get that feeling again of nostalgia. And I feel like I probably, even if I was to read this, it would change my opinion of it. So would never get to it, and I feel like it could just go somewhere else. The book wasn't trash as far as I remember. I did do a reread of it, but I'm just not into this anymore, so definitely could wrap it up. I'll do my last two books together because they both have the same explanation. Now, I'm happy because these are the last two books, and I feel like that was a good hefty sum. I'm going to give you a number after I tell you the reason why I got rid of these two books, and that's The Wolf and the Woodsman and Star Eater. Now, both of these are beautiful covers. I love Ava Reed. I don't believe you could see her books from here, but I do have a lot of books by her, and I like this author pretty much, and that's the reason why I picked this book up. But the reason why I'm giving both of these books away is because I read them right before I went on deployment, and one thing, I could forget a lot of things, okay? I'm a forgetful person, but I don't forget a synopsis or just about a book if I really liked it. And when I read these books, I forgot about them immediately. I really don't even know what the books were about. I read them, from front to cover. I didn't do no audiobook, nothing. I read these books and I don't remember nothing of it. So I feel like if I can't even remember it, I don't feel like it was that much to remember, and they can go somewhere else and definitely to my Unhaul pile. And hopefully I could be able to pick up, try another different book from these authors. But as of right now, these gotta go. So guys, I was able to get rid of 30 books. Tell you the truth, I actually got rid of more of that. I gave, I believe, like 5 or 4 books to my sister. And then I already sold 2 books. I just don't feel like they need to be mentioned because as of right now, I only have 1 more week. So usually I give myself like 2 weeks before I go to third place books, especially because you have to make an appointment. But I'm selling all of these on Pango books right now. And I'm going to drop this video pretty much as soon as I can get it all together. And hopefully when you see it, you maybe could look at my Pango books and maybe could buy some of these books if you feel like that you like them. But as of right now, I only have a week left before I give these books to third place books. So I just want to go through these and yeah, pretty much just document me getting rid of these books. So yes, thank you so much for staying to the end of the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And definitely don't forget to click the link in the description to see if you want any of these books, especially by the end of this week. And maybe you could buy a couple of books for me. And to tell you the truth, I discounted a lot of these books only because I want to be able to give it a fair choice. So usually on Pango books, they give you like not really a general idea of how much these books are worth or how much people are selling them for, and I really try to sell them at the less amount just so it could be more of a competition for people who are already selling books, 1 and 2, because I'm getting rid of these anyway, so I don't feel like I need to be selling at top dollar for a book that I don't even want. You know what I'm saying? And they're all in great condition, except for those 2 that got waterlogged, but they are still readable. I wouldn't be selling them if they weren't readable. It's just more of, I just don't want them on my shelves because of how wavy they look. It's a preference, okay? I understand. It's really the small little perfectionist in me, but yes. So, back to what I was saying. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.